Hello. Hello. Can I press the right button? Because I've decided to put... I don't want to press my Twitch stream buttons. I think it's that one. Hey, we did it. Hello there. How are we all doing today? Hope everyone is well. Hope we're all good. It's very warm, so that's fun. Why can't it be cold? It's meant to be the UK. It's meant to be raining. Yeah, see it. Howdy. Nice music fed. I was timing it based on the song that was just about to finish. I thought I'd fade that out and start there, and it seemed to be timed pretty well. Where is the cat ears? This version of Paul does not have cat ears, but anyone who missed the cat ear heresy and want to see more of that, you should check out my Twitch streams whenever I do them. I'm going to try and stream somewhat regularly at some point. I'm still trying to work that out. On Twitch, I want to do stuff like game challenge type stuff and try and get good at them. So stuff like Jump King, which I tried yesterday. And have a good time there. So if you want to follow me over on Twitch, go do that. The links are probably somewhere on my channel. Yeah, it's been raining for the past week, and then it stopped for the past 2 days, which is very annoying. Because I like it when it's not so hot. It just kind of got hot out of nowhere, so I wasn't really expecting it. And there was a point this afternoon where I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have decided to stream because I'm kind of feeling a bit, but I'm feeling fine now. Howdy. Right. So, what are we doing on this stream? We're thinking about it because I can't remember. So, if you remember, the very first streams I did was to go through your submissions, which I then said, oh, I'll make a Discord, and you can put all your stuff there, and I'll go through them, and that'll be all hunky dory. So I didn't do that, so I'm going to do that. So, full disclosure, some people have been asking, and I'll get around to how you submit and stuff. I'm going to be going from the very start. I'm going to go through all the completed ones from the very start. I might mix in and go through some of the in-progress ones as well. But, essentially, I've got about 340 results or submissions in just completed, which I'll be going through from the start. Every stream I do on YouTube, and again, trying to stream more frequently, I will go through more of that backlog. So over time, I'll eventually get through them all. So that if you are submitting today, likely it's not going to be today that I'll review them. But I will have reviewed them at some point. So and obviously other people are in there chatting and talking about your stuff, so you can show off to them as well. So that's kind of the plan. And yeah, hopefully with more frequent streams, that'll help. Can you stream Roman chapter idea exists? The Blackguard. Ooh, nice. Yeah, a lot of my sorry, 1 second. Hang on. Yeah, a lot of the list I've got is quite a gun heavy list, but also very stabby. Utaref. I can't say it. Utarefson 9. I do have ADHD, yes. Have you considered that you might have ADHD? I have considered that, and yes, I do. I have considered treatment. I am, in fact, having treatment. I'm medicated, so yes. To be fair, I did find out I had ADHD when I was like 30, so. But that is also why I made the channel. One of the things the channel is about is also just... The idea originally for the channel was around, like, the random stuff I think about doing with ADHD and then just making videos about it, but mostly it's been Warhammer so far. The world is a cruel place, and now there's a Paul stream to make it even worse. So I apologize. The fact I can't give you $20 is cruel. Give it to either another creator that you like that does it for a living, or give it to charity. Yeah, G4, that's pretty much what I did this for, right? Obviously, I've had the idea before, but didn't really do it, because obviously having ADHD means you don't really do stuff. You just come up with the idea and then go, yeah, I'll get around to it. being medicated meant I could actually do it. So yeah, this was basically the idea, was just to throw stuff, be bad at stuff. Yes, there's a Blahaj in the background. So the background is so essentially for the Twitch stream I wanted a nicer background, and really for this stream as well I wanted this nicer background. So I took a photo of what is actually behind me and then started like doing it in just like block colors paint, so you can kind of see the shelves, the window, the top left corner, and the shelves there with the game consoles on are all kind of painted. Then I realized I got a lot of stuff on those shelves, so I just copied from the photo that I took a reference of and put them in instead. So yeah, we got there's also the sad bear is also an IKEA. There's a blue shell back there as well. 2 Grommet mugs. So that means every stream now also has Grommet mugs. So that's good news. And yeah, you can see unpainted Magnus next to the black spray that I should be using. Yeah, we're double grommeting. So we'll start off with some submissions, which I'll go through and be like, yeah, they're awesome, and then we'll go over to the list stuff. So I'm gonna press the wrong button. Hopefully not. You should just see. Oh, wait, wrong. There we go. When are you going to rename to Paul is actually quite good at stuff? When I get good at stuff. And I have to be good at more than one thing. Can we send you more Grommet mugs? Well, if I ever am in a position where you can send me stuff, either I go to like a convention or something or whatever, give me a Grommet mug. I'll be happy to fill my background with just Grommet mugs. Oh, thank you for saying that I'm good at making entertaining videos. I'm glad I am. The one problem is the entertaining video I was meant to make this week, I didn't get around to actually finishing, so that's why we're doing the stream instead. Oh, and then you retracted it, so clearly you don't find my videos very good. Rude. Oh, and you put it back in. Thank you. Thank you, Utarefson. Again, probably mispronouncing your name. Right. So hopefully when I press a thing... typo, gotcha. Hopefully when I press a thing, you'll see a picture. So this first one is from Hedgehog, who is Steve, my friend. Ta-da! Look at that. Comes up on screen. Amazing. This, again, these are like from June, but this is a Lehman Russ tank. Very nice dirt and weathering. That's really cool. I really like that. I don't think I've seen this in person, to be honest. I probably should go and find it, but yes, very, very cool. Yeah, if you want to submit anything, put it on. There's a link to Discord, I think probably in the description of this stream. Put it in there. Like I said before as well, I won't... If you're putting it in now, I probably won't get around to it today. Every stream I do, I'm going to go through and start going through these and get through the backlog before moving on to the thing I'm doing the stream for, but eventually we'll get there. There's also this really cool damage back here as well. I don't know if you can see... I think you can see what my mouse is doing. This is very, very cool. Like the weathering in here as well. It's all very nice, and yeah, the very clean black line. Very nice. Chauncey hat will happen. It's a project, to be sure. So yeah, so we're gonna make a meme with Paul holding a Grommet mug and Mug holding a mug. Just mugs all the way down. Right, Electman24 has posted a lot of very, very cool squigs. I remember seeing these. This is one of the first things that was submitted, and they're very, very nice. There's quite a few here, but very, very clean. I love the purple cloak on all of these. Really nice. And the bases are cool. Just really nice. I do like the squigs, and you've done a really good job with the purple and the green. There's a lot of pictures here we can go through. You can see the back ends. Very good, very nice. Red really pops as well. Really nice. Very shiny as well. Is that just because you've got like a varnish on it, or is it just that's the kind of paint you use? It seems quite shiny. I love this blue eye, by the way. I think you've got blue eyes on all of them. This bright blue eye is really cool. Getting up in a week. Wow. It's too late to submit project for review. No, you can. So on the Discord, I should probably pin a post or something. Post on the Discord in the completed all the work in progress, and I'll get to it. I won't get them today, but I will get to it eventually. So I may start rushing at as a closer view of the that really nice blue eye. Paints were just glossy. But before we, what I'm gonna do, let me try and pin a post. You can submit stuff to the Discord channels on my Discord. I am going through the backlog of submissions in each stream. So if you submit today, they must be reviewed until a future stream. And I can pin that, I think. Pin. There we go. So if anyone asks, tell them to look at the pin. Griffhound. Yeah, I used I think I used Griffhound Orange as well for my squigs. I'm sorry, I'm doing the thing I did in the last one where I'm like going back and forth between chat and trying to catch up on the chat. And it could be light. It looks really nice. I think it might just be the light. It does look it just looks very clean though. Nice close-ups here. Really nice job. Have we gone around in circles? Okay. That's just the some of the Gloomspite. He's got quite a few more here from Elecman. These are all very nice. I love these bases, by the way. Well, is it even the best? No, it's a Scuttle-Tide. Oh, it's an endless spell. That's cool. That's very nice. What do I think of Legions Imperialis stuff? Is that the epic stuff? I don't... Too small. Far too small. How to get to Discord? There is a link in the description of the stream. There should be a link there. And the channels, it's either the completed or the work in progress, depending on if you have completed it or it is work in progress. And yeah, the detail on this and I would have... I wouldn't have known how to do that, especially with the base. The base are very nice. Got a Loon Boss here as well. Awesome Loon Boss. I do really like your purple and green scheme. Really nice highlights on this. Very, very clean on the mushrooms. I always found with the mushrooms on the bases, they were really difficult to use there. I do believe there is more from you coming up, so aiming them is stuff surprisingly easy. Yeah, because yeah, a couple of my friends have done 10 mil. It looks horrendous, but I guess because it's so small, it is quite it's quite easy to get the detail in, just because that is so small you don't need to do too much. But I'd rather finish an army or eat an onion. Probably eat an onion, it's probably easier. You know, you can just chop an onion up. Make a French onion soup. Easy. I didn't even read the name, sorry. Seraphon from Hideous Eastern Lowland Gorilla, which is a great name. Hideous Eastern Lowland Gorilla, whoever you may be. You've got a... I guess this is either Slan Starmaster or... Lord Croak himself. Very, very nice. Really nice base. Got a... some sort of old one on... oh wow, the feathers here. The blending in the feathers. And the scales as well. This is one of the problems with the old with going through these. I just started going through the whole thing going, oh, I really like this and this and this and this and this. They're very, very nice. Another angle. Really nicely done. Incredible work. Great stuff. Hideous Eastern Lowland Gorilla. Have I played Baldur's Gate 3? I played it like the first hour. I need to play it more. It's really good so far. Yeah, I just need to get around to doing more. A tank from Schnuffle Bunny. Recently finished some Deterrence. This looks like... Is this a Leman Russ as well? Don't be tempted to start Seraphon. But the new box looks so good. It's got like all the cool ones. Like the Croxigors. Some of my favourite models. But I won't. I won't do that. This is very nice. This is like just come out of the factory clean. This is really cool. Really nice job on the camouflage scheme here. And some sentinels as well. Great job. Love the base with the gun here as well. Super nice. Thank you, Schnuffle Bunny. Very nice. The Rogel Dawn, is it? Nice. So Rogel Dawn's slightly bigger, isn't it? That's like the slightly bigger one. Quite proud of your work on the Loon Boss. Deliberated a lot on his armor. Purple, yeah, I think the purple armor worked really well. I think it's really come out solid, and the edge highlighting you did fantastic job on. And once again, Electman with is this the Fungoid Cave Shaman? The purple on this, it seems like a darker purple, but the edges like really bring out like a nice style with it. I love this potion up here. That's really nicely done. Oh, the back of the cloak as well, with this kind of kite in here. That's odd. Yeah, this is really well done. I think we've got a few angles of this, so we'll get a lot of good pictures. I love your little squiggy boy down here. He's really nice. Really well done. You'll find out very quickly I don't have many words in my vocabulary for "you've done a good job." So I will say you've just well done. Good job. You got everything in dropper bottles as well. Yeah, nice close up here. The way you've done the underside of the mushroom here as well, like very nicely done. Nice differential between the bottom and the top of the cap. Yeah, the green skin, the teeth as well. The face here is so nicely done. This is super clean. You'll also find out very quickly my favorite word is clean. Maybe a wash. Yeah, I feel like because you got the thicker highlights here, it kind of darkens it, even if it's the same color, because you got like a really nice difference there. Like it kind of pushes it back and makes that extra highlight pop. No, really nice job. Yeah, the effort you've put in is definitely paid off. All right, back to Hedgehog with some orcs. So like a fun. This is the Mangler Squigs here. So Mangler Squig conversion with some sort of tank, and then some orky boys. Trumping now, aren't we? I've seen this in real life. This is awesome. This is the Danger Cabbage. Really nice model. Very nice. Yeah, no one can do like good characters as a absolute hero. Right, Recruit of Apollo with starting Imperial Guard Force. I like the pink. Pink is not a color you see like for stuff like the like plasma and on the hats. Really interesting. I do like the differential color here. The face is quite nice, so you can see all the detail in here with the red eye, and the dirt again. I think Imperial Guard are one of those ones where it's really cool to get the like dirt and like trench warfare stuff. Like you've done it here as well. Really nice weathering on the treads here, and I like that you're going for this pink plasma. That's fun. That's a fun idea. These guys are good. Green plasma. This guy should have pink plasma. Very nicely done. Really cool. Again, I love the dirt coming up on all of the weathering here. It just makes it look so grimy. It just looks really good. So yeah, loving all that. Awesome work. All right, smack down. Sorry, smack down. You gotta yell it down with a what are these called? Paragon Warsuit. Just the one picture of it is very nice. I love the base. I assume this is probably a 3D. This, yeah, it looks 3D printed or just a custom base on top of a proper base, but really cool floor pattern here. I love that. Yeah, the gold, like, shining armor. This looks really cool. It's like a Custodes Star Paragon warsuit. Love that. Really nicely done. Shiny metal sword. We got a bit of pop of purple here as well. Really awesome. Legion of the Damned. I got a few posts here from Legion of the Damned. Regular poster, I've seen you around. We got these. This is, in fact, the Legion of the Damned. Got a lot of them here, damn. I love the bases. I need to learn how to do a base like this because I want to do something like this for Chauncey. I think one of the things that came out in the Chauncey video was, yeah, essentially a cool base. And I want to do like a magic style base. Someone posted recently, so it'll be a while before we get around to it. But someone did post recently a really, really cool one that they did. But these are really nice. And the actual conversions as well. Lots of detail on these ones. A few more pictures here. Loving all the skulls. Very grimdark. Really nice heat on the melter. Got some blue and some green, some red. All different kind of flame patterns. Really nicely done. There's one more picture. You can see. Get a nice close-up of the base here and how nicely that's done. I suppose this is a battle gold. And this is designers actually have a model range. Yeah, depending on the salamanders. Not really. They're fine. They're flamey boys, right? I don't really know too much about them. Apart from they like to set things on fire and they're green. This, again, this is Legion of the Damned's avatar. He likes his fire, but you like your fire, and this is actual fire. This is fire, as the kids would say. Love the detail here. The sword just looks fantastic, same as the head up here. Really, really good face. The gore on this hand. And the base again, just... This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. An Overwatch thing on the front, on the that it's on, maybe. Look at all that fire and that gore. That's incredible. Competency ability shops. Like, no, this is the thing. Obviously, you shouldn't compare yourself to other people. Like, everyone's work is great. This takes a long time, and everyone can get there eventually. I'd love to be able to do something like this. Like, this is kind of what I want to do for Chauncey's like thing on his back. It takes a while. This is sorry, an Allegiance of Damned again, Be'lakor, which is an intimidating as hell model to paint. But this one looks. Look at that. Look at this. Again, great fire and all like molten effect. The blue glow, the sword, the wings up here as well has a bit of a blue extra glow here. Incredible work. I think that was all. Oh no, we've got a picture of just the base here as well. Didn't even notice this guy back here. The fact that you've chosen to do on the base one of the schemes that has the half and half diagonal color scheme is brave. Absolutely insane. As long as you do the best, you're proud of your work. Yeah, absolutely right. Create harmony. As long as the only failure is to not do it because of fear of failure, right? Which, you know, coming from me, it's the thing about one of the things, obviously, the reason I don't really want to paint Magnus is the fear of failure, but sorry, I keep clicking on the pictures before I say who it is. I'm going to improve my skills and repaint my Tyranid models. First models. Yeah, the thing with that is like I think, oh, I should go back and do this model at some point, but you've got so many things that I haven't painted, I should do them first, and then by the time I've done all that, I probably don't need to go back and do it because it will be out of date, but because it'll be 2075 once I get through my backlog, and I'll be dead. 10-4, Little Ultramarine army starting in prep for 10th. and it's very, very clean. First thing I notice, correct choice, helmet, even on Primarchs. I don't care who you are. But again, overall, very clean on the gold. Like the trim and the we've got the wash in the recess here. Very, very nice. Overall, yeah, very, very clean, very cool. Flaming sword. I'd love to get a close up of that flaming sword if you're around, but that's really cool. Gonna put an ultramon on my Morty base because sorry, there's a heart in the way. Because of my hate for them. I used to collect them. They got ruined. What? I don't know what famous quote that is. That's a meme I don't understand. Mr. Sharpspoon. The majority of my completed Death Guard army, the Iron Plague. Don't mind the handful of unpainted or unbased ones, lol. Well, we'll see about that. I love the almost muted colours. Really nice. This one's a bit blurry, but I can see what you're going for. I like the kind of like speckles on this one, actually. Oh, this is gore. This is what I like to see. Look at this. Absolute. This is what it should be. This is like, because it's a lawnmower, essentially. It's just a person lawnmower. This is a kind of splatter you want. Yeah. Oh, I like this. This Vash, like half Vashtor or something. That's a cool looking conversion. Oh, I love this as well in the back. Is there a close up of that? No, fortunately not. If you're out there, Mr. Sharpspoon, I'd love a close up of this. This looks amazing. Something like Games Watch saying the Ultramarines are the best. Everyone looks up to them. Everyone wants to be them. They're my favourite. I argue that characters are important models have helmets, but we see through the helmet because we're on outside the... Yeah, that was one of the things. I think some people said, like, you know, it's a representation of the tabletop. If you want someone to be heroic, you want to show their face. My issue is I can't paint faces. And I also think helmets look cool. You can have some really cool looking helmets. Some people do have like ideas like having a helmet that was destroyed, like holding it so you can see their face and still prove that they had a helmet, that kind of stuff. So there is, and obviously like it's a snapshot of various times, but yeah, very cool. Sorry, again, I keep clicking on the pictures. Alpha Legionnaire with either a Rogel Dawn or a Leman Russ. I don't know the difference, so I apologize. At work right now, but I'll send you something when you get home. Lovely, thank you, Mr. Sharpspoon. Because yeah, some of the conversions there looked amazing. I love the... What's this called? Why have I just forgotten the name of what this is? Like, where you mark it for... I'm going senile. I keep forgetting words all the time. Really like the swirl. Justice Extremis. Very, very cool. Really like the treads. Like the metal here, the weathering on it. Like on the barrel. Really, really cool. Great job. Thunder is Gaming. Either Thunder is Gaming or Thunderous Gaming. I don't know which ones. Tally marks, thank you. Hi, Forful. Yeah, so this live stream kind of was a bit impromptu. I usually try and get a video out each week, but I'm probably going to try and do like a video every other week and then stream at least in the gaps. But I do want to stream more. So I really enjoy these streams. I love hanging out with you guys and chatting. Just realized, have I shown you my three-headed Swarmlord? Maybe not. Add it to the pile. I'll get around. To be fair, I'm looking at all of these things off stream, and so I'll react. I do have an idea of what they are, but on stream, obviously, it'll be well to get around to them. But yeah, chuck them in. Yeah, tally ho, tally marks. Thunder is Gaming. If that's you, you have a Pathfinder. You did a Pathfinder kill team about 2 months ago, which is about how long ago this was. And it's very, very cool. Really nice. I love this this color scheme, this white and black. Really, really nice. Like the little flashes of red in there as well. The faces are done really nice. I love this color. You've got like this grey alien color for the skin. Excellent. Seeing it has been 2 months, have you actually used that kill team at all? Space look great, nice. Ergontal, I guess. A Baneblade, the bigger of the ones. 2 weeks ago, completely magnetized. Very nice. Look, people are very, very good at weathering on tracks. I don't know how this is done. And I love the 3-tone camouflage. You got the kind of yellow, the green, and this red in there as well. This looks like a pain in the ass to paint. I watched a tutorial. It was a Duncan Rose tutorial on this. My god, every bloody rivet looks like a pain in the ass to go through and paint on this massive thing. Is there a fixed time you stream? I'm trying to become more consistent, have a fixed streaming schedule, but at the moment, no. Adding stuff to, add stuff to Discord in either the completed or the work in progress tabs, depending on whether you've completed or it's work in progress. No, but did you do the Arbites? I don't know. Really, really good detail. Edge highlights all over the gaff. Can you have like troops in the Baneblade as well? Because it looks like there's like a place to hold some people. Really cool ladder. Very, very nice. Good job, Ergontal. Now this is a name I've seen a few times, and he chats quite a lot, and it's a funny name: Testicular Torsion Demon. Don't know why you call yourself that, but it's a funny name. I've got some a combat patrol. Looks like a chaos combat patrol. Very cool bases. Again, a lot of people do these like flaming bases. I think it's like you paint the color underneath and you put that technical over the top or something. It's very, very cool. This looks like Iron Warriors because of the hazard stripes, which have come out really nicely. And I love that you use the yellow for pops of colors in other places. Like more here. This guy with the axe. This axe is really nice. Really cool. Ooh, some I guess cultists. Very, very cool. Awesome. Great work. Interesting name, but I won't hold that against you. Fallen Goblin. Just finished. It looks like a Space Marine. Oh, it's a Blade Guy, or just a someone with a shield. I love this color scheme. I'm not seeing a color scheme like this, and you've really got them really nicely on the like edges here. Like it's not like edge highlighted. It's like got like a gradient to it. Very, very clean here. Really nicely done. This is awesome. Be interested to know how you did this. You've done like with the green around here as well. I'd be interested to know how you did this. Like I guess it's like layering maybe, because it looks really good. Really nicely done. Love that. What channel in Discord? Either completed or work in progress, but like the pin message says, I will see it, but I won't show it on stream today, most likely. In fact, we'll go to Woenamir. Probably pronounced that wrong. With a slightly cut off, I apologize just for the way this is, but slightly cut off Admech army, but you can see the most of it here. The Mars bases. I guess this is going to be Mars, although this green here. I like this green guy. This is close up. But I like the blue skin. That's very cool. After I made that video about Admech, the Admech Walker and how it was kind of horrible. My god, Admech are horrendous. they're not nice people. I still love them though. I love the Skitarii, but they're a bit nasty. I'm Maris Lieutenant, that's what it is. Sorry, Lieutenant. Showing my you should do some orcs, or you should get some orcs. I have some orcs actually. I haven't done anything with them. This guy looks really cool. He looks kind of, again, weathering is very nicely done. I like this green cloak. I really like this model just overall. This is such a cool model. I think if I were to get a Tech Marine for the Screaming Ravens, I'd want to base it off this model rather than the Primaris Tech Marine. You're doing a good job at the Skitarii, because Skitarii look like a nightmare to actually paint. Look at the Marshal here. This is again from Woinamir. Again, apologies for pronouncing every name that's going to come up. But Larry here. Larry? I guess it's one R. Larry? I don't know. Look at the detail. Look how many little bits there are on this guy. You got this like wire here with the black and yellow stripes. Super nice work. Love the shine and the glow effect within the gun. Have a master, it wasn't me who painted it. Whoever painted this for you is very nice. It's very cool. All right, back to Legion of the Damned for some Nurgle. Good lord. I should always remember about Nurgle. Nurgle's a bit rough, isn't he? Oh, this is actually insane. Insane work, Legion of the Damned. Beautifully disgusting. I have no idea how you did this. Well, Animeca are as close to machines as possible, so cold, uncaring, forceful, and tough like my grandma. Oh dear. Have you not checked that your grandma is not actually a robot? She might just make sure she's not blessing the Omnissiah every so often. When you play against Admech, first one to break off a piece from a character loses. And a Mortarion as well. Which again is just beautifully done. Got like the pustules here, the boils on the wings. Look at this. Incredible work, Legion. Even got like highlights within the eye here. The detailing. It's absolutely incredible stuff. And then for some reason a screenshot of your phone. Charge your phone. Also, what's this font? Look at this font. What is this? Horrendous font. I won't hold it against you because your art's so good, but yeah, the gore on this as well and the kind of sickly ooze. Absolutely incredible work. All right. So I'm probably going to... So that was kind of page 1 of currently 15. I wanted this to be a slightly short stream, so I will move on from this. But thank you again for everyone who did submit. Very awesome work, as always. And again, like I say, I'm going to start trying to stream more regularly, and I will regularly then go through people's stuff to show it off to everyone and kind of talk about it. But now for the second part of the stream, where we do a quick review of yeah, for now, Ari, that's gonna be... Oh, I didn't want to stream for too long, so I'm gonna get through it all. The problem is I should have done this earlier, right? I really should have, when I said after the first streams, like, hey, submit stuff, I should have started actually going through the submissions earlier. I will get around to all of them, but I do apologize for the time it's taken. Now, I hope this works here. So basically, yeah. Oh yes, this is not the end of the stream. We're gonna go and do some Raven Guard, Screaming Ravens stuff. Yeah, and again, even though I haven't obviously shown it on stream, I have been looking at everything you guys have been doing. I didn't want to say anything in the channel because I wanted to do it on stream, but I might just start chatting in the channel. Because like, yeah, it's all amazing. Absolutely just incredible work everyone is doing, and I want to encourage people to continue doing stuff. So right now I need to go to is it this one? Yes. Okay, I managed to hide myself in the chat. Let me move, not the chat, I want to move me. Whoop. Hello. I'm kind of like in the thing there. Let's just go there. I don't know if you can read that. It might be too small. If it is too small, I can try and increase the size. But this is basically the current Screaming Raven list for 10th edition. I've come up with. I have no idea if it's any good, but I've had to go through a way too small, way too bright. Okay, let me try and fix all of those things. How does one fix that? I guess I can just do it this way. And is there like a zoom? Transform. A zoom? Oh, I've done the wrong thing. I've just moved chat instead of actually what I wanted to do. Welcome to Paul is a bad streamer. Into the screen. Oh. Transform. That's not helped much. Yeah, so yeah, if your internet's bad, you can watch the VOD. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Can I not just like have to do it this way? Have to be a. I don't know what I can do about the brightness. I can certainly just stretch it out like that. You can read the bloody thing. Right. And I might be able to, actually, I might be able to filters. I think color correction, I can actually reduce the brightness. There we go. How's that? Hopefully it's still readable. That might be too dark now. Just up it a little bit. So we get a little bit of. Oh, not that way. That way? No. I'm just causing real issues here. That'll do. Right. So this is my current list. More readable. So essentially, the problem is that all of the stuff I wanted to do in 9th didn't really transfer over to 10th. So obviously all the Raven Guard, like successor stratagems, all that kind of stuff. So I'm essentially using the Gravis, but I wanted to make sure that the Raven Guard actual like core concept stayed where it is, which is essentially the concept of confusion warfare, where you just run in, shooting, blowing stuff up, making noise, slashing stuff up, lots of just weird stuff going on. No idea. The enemy doesn't know what's going on. By the time they realize what's going on, we've already won and left. So there's actually not that many units here. The one thing I have tried to do is include Cayman Strike, which I didn't in this list. There's a list that does include him, but essentially it is the Warlord is the captain with a jump pack, which I've showed before, leading 10 Vanguard vets with storm shields. Unfortunately, the captain himself does have the twin lightning claws. Unfortunately, the Vanguard vets do not. I've also realized that because I've zoomed it in, it doesn't actually scroll down far enough anymore, which is kind of annoying. So I might have to. You know what? I might have to do it this way. If I might have to do a little bit of moving around. Actually, no, I'm being really stupid. Why don't I just reduce this so it's not showing every bloody thing? There you go. There you go. Now we're cooking with gas. Now you can see everything on one screen. So everyone in this Vanguard Veteran squad has the heirloom squad plus the shield, which will they're all modeled with 2 lightning claws. Essentially, that'll be they shield with fighting. I didn't want to like make them have guns. I just want them to be like a stabby. So captain jump pack with those guys flying around, jumping in there, kind of like your blender melee unit. Gravis captain with heavy intercessors. I figured this is just kind of something that can take points, you know, take objectives, that kind of thing. I've given him the Boltstorm Gauntlet instead of the kind of. These guys all have the shooty. I wanted to have the Gravis captain with the fighting, so at least he has a bit of punch if they get into melee. The Apothecary here goes with the Desolation squad, because Desolators are cool. I don't care what anyone else says. They're really cool. They blow stuff up. I'm giving them the Super Crack launchers. They've got the Castellan launchers. They've got the Vengor launcher. on the captain. And the reason you're putting a Primaris Apothecary in there is 1, he can revive them, and 2, he can take Bolter Discipline, and 3, I actually own a Primaris Apothecary. But Bolter Discipline allows all of this to be like sustained hits or something. It's ridiculous. Unfortunately, Battlescribe is not actually showing me what it does when I hover over it. But Bolt Discipline with these guys, you'd think Bolter Discipline would be bolters only, but apparently not. So that's like, they all say literally at the back, just shooting stuff. You then have some Incursors, just 5 Incursors with 2 Invicta Warsuits. So my thinking here is 2 Invicta Warsuits are really good because their special rule allows you to fire back. So if one gets shot, the other one can just shoot it instead. Which I think is very cool. And then the Incursors, when they shoot stuff, gives everyone else a +1 to hit. So I figure they can travel together, kind of, you know, the 2 Invicta Warsuits I want to charge in and blow stuff up and shoot a load of stuff. Then the Incursors are there just kind of sneak around and help other things get that +1. And then finally, or not finally, Brutalis Dreadnought. It's just cool. It fits into the theme of just being a stupid Dreadnought that runs up and punches stuff. Also has some multi-melters, which is fine. But yeah, again, all the Invicta Warsuits, and again, just kind of running down, having the scout move, being all punchy. And finally, we have a squad of 6 Assault Centurions, because this is kind of the whole bread and butter of why I started the Screaming Ravens at all, right? This is why I wanted to do thing, because having the chonky boys be stealthy, that's what I want, right? That's the way I like it. So basically, these guys all have flamers. I'm thinking these might like start in like strategic reserve or something, so they can just kind of appear. Either that, or they're literally just there because they all have flamers. Overwatch is horrendous, so you literally just put them in the middle. These just chonky boys that kind of everything is swirling around, and they just flame or anything. And that's it. It's actually not that much. It doesn't feel like it'd win anything. I feel like there's some anti-tank. Maybe these guys can have melters, but there's a bit of anti-tank in the Invicta Warsuits, punching the Brutalis Dreadnought. Plenty of stuff to deal with hordes. Like, you can really protect stuff with the flamers. Actually, Desolation Squads are anti-tank as well. It feels fun, but it does feel like... I'd be interested to see what the Raven Guard detachment is when the thing comes out. But yeah, it's quite a... Seems like quite a fun list. I don't know if anyone has any thoughts. Give 1 long Purity Seal to 1 Lightning Claws on each Vanguard vet. That's shield written. That's a good idea, actually. Or even just write shield on the claw. Battlescribe went, yeah. So for some reason, sometimes when I open Battlescribe, it just doesn't do the thing where you can mouse over stuff, which is really annoying. But other times it's fine. Well, if I restarted Battlescribe, it'll probably be okay, but I don't really need it. I've not heard of new recruits. I might have a look into that. Theme use of photos. Oh yeah, awesome. Thanks, Mr. Jocelyn. I'll take a look at those. I might have a look at them after this. Recommend the Phobos Librarian with some Eliminators and a Vindicare Assassin for a nice anti-character break. It's interesting. One of the things with this list is that I at least own all of these things. Some of it needs building. I think the Desolation Squad I haven't built. Heavy Intercessors. In fact, most of it aren't built, to be fair. I'm not opposed to getting more stuff if it seems cool. Like, I kind of want a Tech Marine. I feel like a Tech Marine kind of being near these two would be quite cool. I have some Eliminators, actually. I was looking at trying to get Eliminators into this list because I feel like they're really good for the kind of anti-characters, like just sniping a character from out of nowhere. That was one of the reasons I wanted to include Cave Shrike. He seems like a really interesting, like, what the hell am I wearing? He seems like a really interesting anti-character tech piece that kind of flies in as a single character because he can be a lone operative. Instead of Incursors, you can have Sternations. That was one of the other lists I have. Doesn't have Incursors. I think it has less Centurion assaults, so it has like 3 instead of 6. And then it has some Terminators in there. But again, I think that's interesting. Again, it's also like the incursors don't feel super Screaming Raven. Turbinators might. The assassin would be interesting. Again, it's like a lot of kind of screaming stuff, and then one guy just comes and shoots them. Yeah, at the moment that's the one problem with the so to answer your question, Tasteful Avenger. The one problem is these Centurions are just foot slogging it. They just walk and they have like a 4-inch move. I mean, they can advance, right? But it's still pretty slow going. Which is why I thought maybe Strategic Reserve, they just kind of come in from the side at some point. But also they're then a big brick of 6. I could split them into 2 3s potentially. But then the Overwatch power is lessened somewhat. I think Shrike is a must in most Raymingers. Yeah, I kind of want to include him. Just because he's a cool model. I just think he's a nice, like... He's a really cool tech piece. You can kind of get him in there. Like, if I add him with the captain with the Vanguard vets, right? They fly in to, like, come in. Then Shrike comes in, takes the character out. Then we wipe the squad, and then he just buggers off. But the Phobos live in the Vindicare. They can't be shot without being within 12, yeah. So just get them into the back line. Yeah, that's the thing, is it's the Phobos Librarian is the one that kind of gives that aura, right? Eliminators, I think, would be quite cool. I do have Eliminators. Terminator's fit because they deep strike and big and loud. Spear out of low air. Yeah, that's why I thought about Terminator as well. And obviously I got some with the new box. So Terminators is one of the... There's a lot of... I have like 6 lists, and in fact the next video I'm making has like a lot of different stuff in there. So, you know, having to change a bunch of stuff. I've got like 6 variations of this list. Heavy Intercessors kind of with a Gravis Captain. Like I may to, you know, just take the Gravis Captain out and get Shrike instead. And that's an option. There's 1995 points, so that kind of feels like 1995. Disgusting. 1995. That's when I started school. Yeah, anti-tank is, I think, the worry here. I mean, the Invicta Warsuits have a pretty decent punch. Like, they're like strength 14, same with the Brutalis. But again, it's all punch. It's getting into melee with a tank, which probably isn't smart. Those with a captain instead of Centurion would serve your goal a bit better points-wise, since Centurion's super costed. Yeah. I feel like... I kind of like the block of 6. I feel like having 3 in there, just because that's kind of the theme, would be fine, and then I can use those points elsewhere. I do have a list that uses 3. So maybe that is better, to kind of keep that part of the theme but not go too heavy on it, because it's 350 points for this, which does feel a little over the top. You still play Warhammer Bingo? I mean, technically, yes. The only thing I've bought since starting it, with that I've not been able to actually technically afford, well, Leviathan is what... Actually, there's 2. Leviathan, because it's Leviathan, it's content. And then Magnus, because it was the 10,000 subscriber special. But I've not bought anything else for any armies that I've not been able to afford with the bingo. So I will be updating that bingo when I at some point. Bring back Corvus Corax. They should add the ability to take captains on giant ravens. If they do bring back Corvus Corax, I will definitely get that, because he seems cool. Do you have any anti-tank vehicles? I don't own any. Not for Space Marines. I think the Desolation Squad with the Super Crack, because they're like strength 9. I mean, they might work a bit. If not a fan of fixed numbers for squads, I'm not too bothered by it. I'm not really sure. Like, I can see why people are bothered by it. I can see why people don't like it. I don't mind too much, because I usually only took them in 5 and 10s anyway. The only time I didn't was in 9th was with the rubrics, where I'd take like 7 or 8 flame bricks, just because it would make a round number of points if I needed like a few points for something else. But I never felt good about it. And I know people used to take like 6 things for certain like actions or whatever. I don't mind the 5 or 10 thing. It makes it kind of easier to understand as a new player what your opponent's doing when if they have like a 5 or a 10. Because like sometimes if they bring like 6 or 7 or whatever, it kind of gets a bit especially with I think with the weapons as well, having like 5 or 10, and then just be like, you can take this, that, and the other. It's simpler. But I can definitely see why it is also not popular. Again, it's part of the next video. Have I ever played Slay the Spire? Getting big Crow Cult vibes from this. I have played a little bit of Slay the Spire. I kind of like it, but I'm not very good at it. A friend of mine is very, very good at it. It's one of his favorite games. I am not great at it. Are you gonna go scream? Sorry, that was a horrendous noise because my voice can't go that high. Are you gonna go scream when you charge? It's probably gonna be more like a caw. Again, sorry, my voice is bad. But yes, it's gonna be loud. Because it works for Warhammer Fantasy, but I think there are bits that need to be worked out, like get some wargaming strictly better, but no extra cost. Oh, Tasteful's the... I was like, Tasteful, so why are you saying it's Tasteful? It's because you're speaking to Tasteful Avenger. Got it. It works for Warhammer Fantasy, but I think there are bits that need to be worked out. Yeah, I think with Age of Sigmar, the big thing, and I think the thing for I do send the video as well, that is coming out hopefully next week. 40k, if they're going to copy the way Age of Sigmar did it, they need a triumph system. Because getting to like 30 points left or 20 points left is so annoying, and that should be a tactical decision. Like, I will take a 90 and 80 point list and get a bonus. But instead, you just kind of get stuffed because of maths. And again, it's quite nice to kind of get a... Like, if a meta list starts getting really skewed with like having 6 or 7 in a unit, it gets a bit weird. But, yeah, it's kind of one of those things where I can see both sides of the argument. I think it's one of those... no one's going to be happy with the decision. The Centurions, if you ran the armory's Death Watch, the Black Star's transport rule doesn't say how many slots a Centurion fills, so you can put 12 in a Black Star. That feels like it's... They should fix that. Big Summer takes the fun out of list building. Yeah, I can see that. Again, I don't mind because I always went with like 5 or 10. It's a bit annoying for stuff like tell you what is annoying. Cabalites and witches is kind of annoying. You get obviously the venoms it's useful for because the venoms split them into 5s, and I kind of like that. That's a very interesting theme, but not being able to take 5 racks, you having to take 10 is a bit annoying. Or 5 Cabalites, sorry, and having to take 10 is a bit annoying. But I do also kind of like how that works now. Thanks, Mr. Sharpspoon. Glad a good time. I'll yeah, watch the VOD if you want. Not as Dark Angels players, I can't just take 2 normal Terminators for a command squad in Flemish games. Right, oh right, yeah. I see what you mean. I hate the places Sky Rangers. You can take a big 20 and not the little 5. Yeah, that I think there is places where they did go overboard. Places where they've made the minimum 10. I feel like having 5 was a good number. So stuff like Satari, 5, 10. I guess 15 is the problem there. 5, 10, 20 feels wrong. And I guess they kind of want you to use the 10, right? They're kind of saying like 10 is a good number. I think the one problem was maybe in 9th is so many... I think minimum size units were so popular. It was kind of like... Just... Yeah. Like, you would just take tons and tons of 5s for the point scoring, and I guess they wanted to avoid that a little bit by making you kind of make that decision. Ton of fun with list building. I also think cost of war gear adds depth. I don't mind free war gear. Again, it does add depth, but I don't mind it too much. Again, I'm kind of basically going to be treading over the video that I've made, or making. But it's all about putting a lieutenant with the Desos as well to give them lethal hits. So I don't think a lieutenant can go with Desolators. Weirdly, like for some reason, Desolators can't have, or a lieutenant doesn't go with the Desolators. Which is very odd. I'll tell you what. Battlescribe and the Warhammer app, and I don't know if the one someone else mentioned. What was it called? New Recruit. You know how in the characters it says can lead these things. It needs to say on every other datasheet, can be led by. It needs to work both ways. Because it's so annoying going onto a datasheet like a Desolator and going, okay, what can it be led by? Okay, the Apothecary can lead it, but the Lieutenant can't. I just want it on the Desolator's thing to say, can be led by these things. That's so simple. I just want that. So do that, please. Games Workshop, I know you're listening. Yeah, if I could put a Lieutenant with the Desolators, I would, because yeah, having lethal hits is great. Do you think spells are better being locked to a specific datasheet? Yeah, I think that's fine. I think Thousand Suns, so I want to do more of these streams where we go through like list building stuff. Thousand Suns are one of those armies which I really like now, because you just look at each of the type of sorcerers you've got and go, okay, what is that kind of, what's that doing? When I join it to a squad of rubrics, what is that, what is that purpose of that rubric squad? So Ahriman with flame bricks, they are like your big bomb because you get the +1 to wound. Obviously you can only really take the Terminate sorcerer with the Terminators, which is easy. And then you've got like the ones which are, lethal hits from the Infernal Master. Well, that's going to go with bolters. And then you've got the one which is, they are tankier. Like they have the 4-up save, and then you can revive them. So that's going to be like a big block of 10 at the back. You got the ones that can do damage. That's going to be like a forward one. So each of those then has a different purpose, and I do like that. And like you can use those spells. You can make sure you're like each unit with a character of like Thousand Suns has a purpose. Obviously the counter to that was on in 9th. You could make your own, right? Like you'd have the spell like mortal wound one over here, but then Doombolt's doing all that work for you, which I think is fine. So I think Thousand Suns are one of the better ones in 10th. I think they're really, really cool, and they are very interesting to list build for, even with the few models they have. Because I guess that's the thing you got to consider, right? Is if you've got like 18 spells or whatever, 12 spells as you did in 9th, you only really pick like the best ones. You like, this one's going to have the 3 best ones here, and this guy's going to have the 3 best ones here. By having the spells in different places, you can kind of really customize like how you want to use your units. But again, maybe I'm wrong. And again, it's one of those things where an opponent can look at your character and go, okay, that guy's on a disc, that guy does this, and it's not just that game, it's every game. And I think that's one of the advantages now, is every game you play, you're learning something. In 9th, if you saw an Exalted Sorcerer on disc, he could be doing anything. You don't know. But now you see an Exalted Sorcerer on disc, you know what they're doing, you can put that in your memory and learn what they do. And it's the same with saying, oh, I've seen Cabalites, they come in a block of 10, they have these guns. Rather than going, oh, they sometimes have 5 with blaster, sometimes they have 10 with a, blah, 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 blah. So it does help, I think, with learning the game. Not just your army, but learning other people's armies when you play more games. And again, the counter to that is, well, just, skill as you get good. Rather change a new player joined when Tau Suit squads were taken in 5s. Sold in boxes of 3. That's the other thing as well, yeah. They had to change what was it? Plague Marines, because they realized they sold in boxes of 7, so they made it so you can take 7. Yeah, Battlescribe now has 10th, as far as the 10th stuff works, as far as I know. I don't know if it was the same person who did who made the app before has actually updated it, because I know there's a bunch of stuff around that. Control F does not help with pairing squads of leaders, yeah. I mean, especially if you have the physical cards. Can't control F. Physical stuff. Shame you can't see 5-man tactical. So yeah, tactical. I think tactical is one of the ones that went to just 10, isn't it? I can see why they did it, but yeah, I have some old what would now be tactical marines in the box somewhere, like from 3rd edition. Fjord's Dix is a loud chaos ally and a knight. That's true. I mean, actually, there's actually options down here for like the bloody Titans, I think. Yeah, here you go. A Warlord Titan, 3,500 points. I'll ally one of them. Would make the spells be like a war gear choice thing on the sheet, like a pick 2 out of 4. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Because it's basically just a gun now, you could be like, they're equipped with this, but they can swap their Warp Smite for a Zeech's Firestorm or whatever. Yeah. And there were a lot of choices in there that you just wouldn't take. So it's not, and I think having it kind of restricted, again, helps with learning. What's your take on the MetaWatch ratings as a Tau player? Yeah, I saw that. I don't know too much about the kind of competitive meta. I just know that, yeah, Eldar are very strong. Gene Stealer cults are very strong. Other Zods are doing pretty well. Drukhari seems to not be doing very well, which I'm confused by. I feel like Drukhari is quite good, but maybe I'm just wrong. Wrong way to get good, then you admit you don't want to be. Yeah. The get good argument is, yeah, it's an unfair kind of counter argument. I think the counter argument really is kind of, you know, like the argument boils down to this: is it better to give players more freedom to build their own army at the cost of having more complexity when you play against that army in terms of learning what they do? And I think, personally, I think it's not worth it. I think it's better to have simpler armies, which may reduce the amount of freedom you have in list building, but helps your opponent understand what your stuff does. And not just for your army, for every version of your army that they play against other people. So again, the example 1,000 Suns, every time they see Ahriman, they know what's going on. Every time they see an Exhausted Sorcerer on Disc, they know what's going on. I personally think that's better to get more people involved in the game. Which I guess is kind of the point, right? Because Ninth was too complicated. Like the stratagem simplicity is really nice as well. Just kind of making everything still tactical and still interesting without overloading it. And I think again, my opinion might change once I actually play more games, maybe start going to tournaments eventually. Maybe it'll be different. Yeah, I guess it was always a gun, but now it's a psychic gun. It's no longer a psychic gun. It's just it has the shooting rules rather than being a psychic test. It's the same stuff in the end of the day. Yeah, melee does not do well. I know witches are really weak. I don't know why they made them so bad. But I feel like Kabalites and Drukhari are super good. Melee is just kind of a bit anemic overall. Apart from if you're Chauncey, who just eats everything alive. That's why I love 1,000 Suns right now. Chauncey is incredible. Guy from the Matt Ward era thinking he's about to play against Guard. What should we pull up with Ultra Auxilia? I might not understand that reference, I apologize. Yeah, Tau I think are one of the ones because they're... Tau feel like they're very one way or the other. Yeah, all the shoot... The three... like I think it's the case of they're just not tanky enough. I mean Tau... Leagues of Votann and Meg. The one thing they have is a 4 BS. I think that's probably what's killing them. They just don't have the weight of fire anymore. The Roman God players, yours is funny. I think with the going back to this list, I do think one thing I would potentially do. In fact, I might have a list version. Let me just open a different list because I have many versions. I think I have 6 versions of this. Yeah, this one has Cave and Strike in it. Has the Gravis Captain. Only has 3 Assault Centurions, but has 2 lots of Incursors. So again, this is the slightly different version. Taking out 3 Assault Centurions, and instead having an extra lot of Incursors, Cave and Strikes in there, and then there's some slight differences in the war gear here. I think that's the only difference. I also had some of these lists also had the Ballistus Dreadnought for some anti-tank, but I just kind of felt it didn't fit, and it's also a really awkward number of points. Favorite YouTuber? Favorite VTuber. Thank you, Pika. Is this version my favorite? If you went on Twitch, you would have seen the most cursed version of my VTuber. can have both, but in order to have both, you need to have complexity come from interesting use of simple rules. Otherwise, you aren't complex, you aren't simple. Yeah, I do think that's kind of where... I think they've done a decent job at that. I think they're in a place where you have a decent number of stratagems that can do unique stuff. The new mission cards are very, very interesting. And there's enough variety in there with like the characters joining your squad, so you can really start to tailor stuff. I do like it. Sound like the ability to be aggressive other than crisis suits. Yeah, I think that is the problem. From what I understand is like crisis is the only good thing. I think I read a Goonhammer article about Tau today, where like the only thing you take is like the cyclic ion launchers or whatever they're called, and you get like 1 million shots with it, but that's basically all they take. Yeah, Votann just don't have many things. The Chaffer's expensive and need to die for their army to finish work, yeah. The thing with Tau is they don't have any melee either. Like, Tau is like the shooting army. Obviously, in ninth they were just as you spent the whole time shooting. Does anyone, going back to kind of people playing, has anyone actually played as any of the Space Marine chapters? I guess Gladius Task Force. They don't have any experience with any of the stuff. Like anything that's actually good. I know Desolators are good, because Desolators are just stupid, I feel. I don't know what else is really good. Like Vanguard Veterans seem pretty cool. I think Invicta Warsuits seem really fun. The one problem I'd have is obviously they're not infiltrators anymore, they're just scouts. But they still seem pretty cool. Redemptor and Storm Speeders are super good. Redemptor, that's the Dreadnought. Again, that was one of the ones I was trying to fit in the list. Maybe you could replace the Brutalis with a... Because Redemptors are like 225, aren't they? I think I did have a list with a Redemptor in it. I do have one, I need to build it. That was one of the ideas for the list, was literally Invicta Warsuit, Brutalist, Ballistus, Redemptor. And it was like... already most of my points. First, I think armies have internal unbalance needs to be fixed, which is tons of stuff. Very, yeah. Again, there's a variance in a lot of this. I think Drukhari, I can definitely see there is some bad internal balance, just because melee is so weak. Like melee just feels anemic. But the shooting's really good, and with Drukhari you want to use your power from pain on the stuff that's good, so it leans even further. But I think Thousand Suns is super well internally balanced. I think everything in that book has a place. And I think most things, like obviously there are some things that are a bit overpowered, like Magnus is apparently super powerful. I'd like to use him. But I think I've looked through like all the Thousand Suns stuff, like there's nothing in here I wouldn't use. Zangors as well, in Zangors Enlightened and Chaos Spawn, they're all very, very cool. Invictors are wild, in every game I played they made their points back. That's good. I do feel like Invictus seems super strong. And I feel like he should take 2 of them, because if they shoot one, the other one can shoot back. I feel like maybe you take 3, but I don't own 3. Assault squads melt with a jump captain in Oath of Moment. Oath of Moments is the thing where you say you re-rolling hit and wound, isn't it? That seems strong. I feel like that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to take in curses. So I feel like this is like the +1 to hit, when you just get free reroll. Like you're really only using them to like target one thing. I don't remember what other versions I had here. What was 4? Version 4 was... oh yeah, this one was weird. I tried to put a Biologus in here. Didn't really feel right. Oh, that one had Tech Marine, which I don't own, so... 3? Was 3 had Shrike in it? Yeah, Shrike. Yeah, this was the interesting one, because this one had... this was the one with no... no incursors. And I do quite like this one as well. Again, take the Assault Centurions out, you could put something else in. There's a lot of different, like, Screaming Raven lists with the kind of... which change the balance of the kind of parts of the Screaming Ravens that I like. But I play most. Found some success with Land Fortresses, but I need to keep them safe because everyone's running anti-tank. Yeah, like the Hecaton Land Fortresses were amazing in 9th. But yeah, I feel like if they're getting shot off the board, that's a bit unfortunate. Few games of Gladius from an Ultramarine perspective, and Marneus Calgar rips way higher than he should. That's cool. What does Marneus Calgar do? I guess I could look it up, but I'm lazy. It works well when you have more Phobos on the board. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I don't have much Phobos in here. One of the other things I thought was having the new Lieutenant with the combi weapon, because he's Phobos and he can kind of just be anywhere. But again, maybe this is the other problem, right? If I take the Assault Centurions out and add Incursors, I have like 85 points, which is a horrible number of points to try and work with. You know what I mean? My Salamanders aren't doing well, but I've only played them 3 times and won once. Well, that's what? 1 win. You play 3 games, it's pretty good. Invictus is the best when used with Tank Shock. That's the stratagem, isn't it? That, like, you punch hard. That right now I found it's better to keep 1 heavy hitter in reserve and deploy the rest so you don't get tabled. Drop price different Deep Strike mess up with it. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like because Deep Strike and like Strategic Reserves are free, I feel like utilizing those is super useful, especially with some of the mission cards. It's something I don't really ever do. I've been bitten before by a Deep Strike, trying to Deep Strike in 10 Scarab Cock Terminator, and they just don't fit anywhere. Can the big ones fit in the Land Raider? I don't know, actually. Inceptors are crazy good value and work really well for the Raven Guard team. Inceptors? Which one are they? They're the jetpack plasma dudes, aren't they? They would work. I have some aggressors from the Imperium magazine. I don't have any Inceptors. That does kind of fit with the Screaming Ravens. Lego Vets are really fun. With Uriel Ventress, I don't know who that is. I assume that's a character. You can Deep Strike them. When I played against Black Templar, the Blade Guard Vets were pretty terrifying. Let's just make Metal Gear, but the next time I'll Metal Gear. Minus gives CP per turn, advance, fallback, charge, shoot. And he melees with the profile when supported by Blade Guard takes down heavy tank. Damn, son. I thought about taking some bikes. Yes, because I have a chaplain on bike, which in 9th would have been great, but obviously he's useless for me in 10th because he has to go with bikes. I have been looking at an Outrider squad. Again, I don't own them, so I'm trying to at least avoid for the first list stuff I don't own. But it has been on my mind, especially because you get the ATV and then get some Melter in there. But yes, but I mean, I kind of like the Outriders anyway, so maybe in the future. And again, they are very Screaming Raven, like coming in on bikes, which is cool. Did they errata the weird interaction with Eliminators and Pulsers? I don't know what that interaction is. Was there a weird interaction? I assume being able to shoot the Eliminators out of an Impulsor would be kind of interesting. Because now the vehicle takes the weapon profile, right? Yeah, make a list with everything I own so we can see that. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. I think getting an understanding of what I own and what I don't. To be fair, most of the stuff on this list, like if I go back to the if I go back to this one, pretty much everything on this list. Was this one? Sure, this one. Yeah, I own most of this stuff. I own the what you call them? Leviathan box. Germans can fit in a Land Raider, but take up 3 transport slots each. Got it. Hey Bubba, how's it going, dude? Scepters and suppressors would look better if they just switched the weapons. Yeah, suppressors are the ones with the big cannons. Yeah, I feel like the suppressors have the big gun, but they don't have the big armor. The Atlantis can disembark, shoot, re-embark with the Sergeant Carbine rule and fire again once inside the Impulse using the firing deck rule. I assume that's been errated. That sounds nuts. Played against a Space Marine player as Tau. He had 2 suppressor squads. Yeah, I actually have some suppressors actually because they're again with Imperium. I have some eliminators, some suppressors, some aggressors. Probably have some like assault intercessors. I think that's it. Yeah, the apothecary as well was a purchase. I wanted to do an apothecary with 6 Centurion assault dudes in 9th, but again, fortunately he's got a place to help my desolators. Right. So, I'm gonna go back to this because yeah, I didn't want to stream for too long. Thanks to everyone for the chat about the list. It's actually really interesting. I will definitely do this again. These kind of lists. If you did enjoy these kind of list reviewing stream, I'll happily do it again. Before we go, quick. I hope this is gonna work. It may not work, but a quick thing. Hopefully this works. Mr. Sharpspoon, who has head off, but he did send in some extra pictures of this, the guy I wanted. So we'll have a quick look at the, this, just because I requested this one. And he sent some pictures in, which is very good of him. And yeah, I really like this conversion. This is the back of the Mythic Blight Hauler. Super gory, really nicely done. I just wanted to show that off because yeah, Mr. Sharpspoon sent it in. Really good eye here. Incredible, actually. Is that painted? That's painted. That's amazing. It might actually be like something stuck on. Whatever it is, it's super cool. I love it. Absolutely love it. Right, I'll switch back to this. So this stream, I'm not just saying goodbye with that gore on the screen, but yeah, thanks for managing avoiding drones across the field and Land Raider. Yeah, that would be interesting, but that would be that would be very Screaming Ravens. You know, whereas late man, obviously you're busy with work. That's the other thing, is like finding a good time to stream. Obviously it's going to be evening because it's after work for me, but I know that's obviously then work time for other places. Probably put ORS next to any word and boom your Primaris. Yeah, Desolators, Primaristators, Potato Acers, just all of them. Yeah, just that last one. Yeah. Once again, thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope to stream more often and show off your stuff more often and all that stuff. So if you want to continue to do that, subscribe, and obviously subscribe on Twitch as well. And I'll do some fun stuff over there. But that'll be it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.